morning. So we continue with economic growth. In the previous class we talked about how the economy continues to rise, right? To what? What do we use to measure the economic growth? GDP, thank you. So the GDP is the measurement of what? The economic growth, which is the PPC. We talked about that in the previous class. Now we check our PPC. We have our PPC. Then there's outward shift. If it moves outward, it means the economy is what? The economy is growing, right? So these are PPC 1 and these are PPC 2. So if the economy goes this way, it means we are increasing. That means our output is increasing. But if it's coming back here, what happens? Economic decline. So today we want to see how will the economy be in terms of, mostly every economy they have the ups and the downs. So what brings about these ups? What brings about these downs? These are what we really need to talk about today. So that takes us to economic cycle. So it is a cycle. It's what goes around comes around. That is what the economic cycle is. So for economic cycle, it simply means the different stages or phases an economy is going to pass through in the course of running the society. The society is run by the government, but how do governments understand what happens within the situation? So as soon as government understand that, the economy is growing, what do we have to do? Because every situation has to be sorted. If not, the economy will just get boom and things will not be fine. So we need to check each stage and what is expected to happen at each stage. That's what the economic cycle is about. So the first cycle, so I wrote here, economic cycle is an overall state of the economy. And what's another name for economy? The country. So Libya as a country, Libya has its own economic cycle. So there are times when the economy of Libya is going up, there are some times it will come down, there are some times it has to recover. And same goes with the world. So it's not only in Libya, Nigeria, anywhere. Every economy has the time they're going to move up, come down, and it has to be like that. If the economies continue to rise, there will be inflation. Demand will continue to increase. The government has to solve that problem. So we won't leave a situation the way it is. Nothing is going to be constant. Because if it's constant, then government will not be able to control it. So the point is, there's a situation here, government has to find a solution. There's a situation here, government has to find a solution. There's a situation here, government has to find a solution. There's a situation here, government has to find a solution. There's a situation here, government has to find a solution. It's not going to be permanent. There's nothing constant in life. The only thing that is constant is change itself. So that takes us to knowing more about how the economy works. So for this side, we have the boom, the downturn, the recession, and the recovery. These are the 4 stages we have to pass through for every economy. Are you here? For every economy. So let's start with boom. Why do we call it a boom? Look at my graph here. This is economic activity. That means buying goods, selling goods. This is economic activity. When we start the economy is at boom. Is at boom. What is a boom? A period where the GDP of a given country is expected to what? Increase. If GDP is increasing, it means what? Economic growth. That's GDP increasing. How are you doing?
Yes.
There. Okay. Sit, go down here.
In front.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. So, the first stage we are talking about is the boom. And when we have boom, it means the economy is what? Growing. So, during the boom, people will have jobs. A lot of businesses will make profit. A lot of new businesses will set in that country because the economy is what? In the boom. Do we get boom or not? There's boom because demand for goods and services are increasing. There's boom because new businesses are setting up in. Look at the educational industry in Libya. A lot of schools are available, yes or no? We can consider that as a boom in the educational industry. A lot of schools coming into the educational industry. That is a boom. A lot of businesses are setting in. That is a boom. Do we understand the boom here? So look at the economic activity. It's increasing, going up. Then there's going to be a stage where it reaches its peak. It's not expected to increase. Why? That takes us to the downturn. As soon as a lot of businesses come in, people have jobs, yes or no? A lot of income, you have money. Because I have a job now, I have money. A lot of people have jobs, they have money. So that means the demand for goods and services will increase, yes or no? Yes. Now you have income because the country is in boom. A lot of people have jobs. Everybody has job. Because we have job, we have a lot of money to spend, yes or no? Yes. So the demand for what we buy would what?
Increase.
Demand would what?
Increase.
So when demand increases, what happens with price?
Increases.
Do you get the point here? Because demand for goods and services are increasing, the price for those goods and services has to increase. Why? Because suppliers, they have to respond to the increasing demand. Yes?
Can you explain that part again?
Yes. We did supply, right? Law of supply. The higher the price, the higher the quantity supplied. That is law of supply. Then we have the law of demand. The lower the price, the lower the quantity demanded, right? Good. For firms, we want more goods or services, right? Because we demand for more goods and services. Do you think suppliers will want to sell at the same price they used to sell? No, they would never. Because that is the opportunity for them to make more profit. So what do? They start increasing the price.
So you have to increase the price.
So when they increase the price is becoming big, higher, they start increasing the supply. So you have to put it in mind. For consumers, we are conscious about price. We want to buy more when the price is less. But for suppliers, they want to sell more when the price is what? So that's why it is the higher the price, the higher the quantity supplied. The lower the price, the lower the quantity demanded. Consumers are conscious about price. Producers are conscious about price too, but the higher price. For we want to buy when the price is less. But the situation here, because there's economic boom, which means a lot of businesses are setting, they employ a lot of workers. We have a lot of money to spend. That increases our demand. But firms, they see the opportunity to increase price because they can make more profit at that time. Do we understand boom?
Yes.
So after boom that we have here, we have, it is descending, right? It is descending, coming down. Why is it descending? It's descending because right now everybody has a job. Everybody has a job. We have money to spend. But what happens with the firms? Can they still continue to supply? What is it? We have economic problem, yes or no? What is the economic problem?
Scarcity.
Scarcity. There's economic problem of scarcity. What to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce to. We have this problem. So it means whatever we produce, whatever firms produce, it's not always going to be what? Enough. Do you get the point here? So that situation will bring about downturn. So what is downturn? I wrote, the GDP grows but more slowly. Firms will stop expansion as profit reduces. Firms will stop what? Expansion. Because they don't have much to produce. Because there's scarcity. No matter what we have, there's always going to be what? Scarcity. Why do you think you are paying for school fees? School is supposed to be free, but it's not free because the resources used in making schools are not free. Do you get the point here? Even government will not make it free. So definitely, if government is making schools, maybe through taxpayer money. If government is making road, maybe through taxpayer money. So whatever we use except for the air we bring in, the rest are not free goods. So we have to pay for each one. Do you get the point here? So at this point, firms stop making profit because there's no resources to make available. Remember, here, a lot of people have jobs. Yes or no? So it means the demand for labor increases more than the supply of labor. Now that I have a job, I don't need to look for a new job. Yes or no? So if a new company calls me, I wouldn't be able to go because I have a job. Then if I have to go, maybe the firm has to pay more. So if firms continue to pay more, it means their cost of production increases. So profit would what? So that is when there's downturn. We cannot continue to expand. We stop expansion. It will happen in every organization, every country. There's always going to be boom, there's always going to be downturn, then recession, then we recover. Do we get it? Because if boom continues, prices continue to soar, the price continues to increase, inflation. Yes?
Is that what you can calculate how long it takes for it to happen?
Yes, that's when you use your GDP to check your inflation rate. We talked about that yesterday. So you think the prices are increasing, but the price has increased, but is the output increasing? No. Because we used to produce, let's quickly go back to what we talked about yesterday. We said inflation and GDP. The country produces 100 markers. This is what Libya produces, 100 markers. And for each marker we sell for 2. So if we're selling for 2, now it increases because of inflation. Maybe demand increases.